Hello guys, welcome back. So I made this type of video for Blackpink, Fifth Harmony, Little Mix, and under each of these videos you guys made it pretty clear you wanted me to do Mamamoo. I couldn't pretend that I don't see these comments anymore. So here's the video for you guys. Because I hadn't heard anything from Mamamoo before, I had to do some research, make myself familiar with the group, and who knew I would enjoy them as much as I do now. Also, quick shout out and thank you to Zach from ThatKpopFan who helped me to find some of the clips to make this video. Thank you so much, bro. You're awesome. Back to the video. Yes, this is my opinion. However, my opinion is not based on my personal preference, but on what I hear. Vocals and vocal technique is all that matters in this video. Instead of just telling you who I think is the best overall and why so, I'm gonna divide the ranking into 4 sections, and these will be lower range, belts, riffs and runs, so vocal agility, and upper register, so head voice and falsetto. My goal going into all this is not to have any bias. At the end of the video, I will tell you who my favorite member is. Let's see if you can guess. Before we get into all this, I'd like to make a quick introduction to each of the members, without any particular order. If you are familiar with the group enough, feel free to skip that part and go right into the ranking. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, Hwasa, a passionate performer and singer, her voice oozes with charisma, personality, sex appeal and style. It is definitely the most recognizable voice of Mamamoo. Hwasa naturally has a deeper, richer and more mature voice. However, she can sound more bright and sweet when she wishes to. Moving on to Wheein. Wheein has a very crystal clear, bright and youthful voice that's not too piercing or irritant. Her delivery tends to be very elegant, floral and sophisticated. Next we have our main and the only rapper of the group, Moonbyul. I really have so much respect for her. Despite the fact that she's a rapper, many singers could take notes from her. She possesses a beautiful, lower, darker and slightly husky, smoky voice. Because she's naturally the least developed and practiced in singing, she's not gonna rank high, but I really want to appreciate her skills.
너무 늦진 않았겠지. 변함없는 너의 모습 조금 맘이 놓여. 걱정해서 달라진 내 모습 못 알아볼까 봐.
And Sola, the leader of the group, known for her strong, robust voice and powerful delivery. With that being said, Sola is not a one-trick pony, as she can sound more delicate and soft as well. Okay, so that will be all for the introduction. Now the ranking. We'll start with lows, and right away I have to say Mamamoo has really strong lower registers. Number 4, Moonbyul. There's so much potential to unlock here. This is a very safe and comfortable area for Moonbyul. She seems to rely mostly on her natural ease rather than vocal technique. Still, it is already a pretty solid and promising lower register.
서두르지 마요 못다한 얘기가 있어요 잠이 들고 나면 오늘은 어제가 돼버려요 어제 우리 말한 대로
Number 3, Sola. Her well-developed and strong chest voice helps a lot with lows. Sola has a good lower register for soprano. She tends to over-push when getting closer to the extremes of her lower range, but she generally performs well in her more comfortable range.
별이 빛나는 밤 바는 그대에게 있어요. 산길 걷다 보면 한발 두 발 한숨만 나오네. 골목길 그대 창문 앞 지났네.
Number 2, Hwasa. Hwasa seems to be really confident about her lower register. It is an easily accessible area for her. Hwasa is not afraid to reach some considerable lows. The technique could be stronger, but Hwasa's lower register is still an asset for her.
산보로 가는 길이겠지. 내 님은 소식도 몰라요. 들어오면은 something in the way you move. So much time. 너와 걷는 이 거리와 저 별들과 젖은
Number 1. You wouldn't maybe expect Wheein, who has the most highly toned voice, to be the most technically developed in the lows department, but it seems to be the case here. Wheein's lows have a nice projection to them, they sound healthily rounded, she's consistent. Even while reaching the extremes of her range, Wheein doesn't overpush her voice, but tries to sing with the same healthy approach she has a little bit higher in her range.
쉬어간 길소나 내 사연 전해를 만날 때면 저요 좋아요. 산을 넘고 물을 건너 가끔 웃기도 하는 걸 보니 반가울 것 같아요. 날 버린 기억이
Moving on to belts. Number 4, Moonbyul. Moonbyul may not be a very impressive belter. However, the fact that the main rapper of Mamamoo displays as much control as she does says a lot.
아침 커튼을 열면 눈이 올까요?
Number 3, Hwasa. Hwasa seems to have a pretty strong and healthy foundation when it comes to belting, as she's delivered some clear and relaxed belts on numerous occasions throughout the years. She kind of gets lost when she's reaching a bit higher, picking up different types of unhealthy tension. Also, some of these stylistic choices she makes put unnecessary stress on her voice, leading to a more strained and constricted sound. I also think that over time her rasp may have started to get a little bit out of control. Number 2, Sola. Here we have quite a bit of a technical gap. So Sola reminds me a lot of Ailey in terms of her style. Her belts are on the heavier, more pushy side. That in itself is not a big issue, clearly, as Sola has many fantastic, powerful belted notes when she's able to maintain her technique despite her quite aggressive approach. This approach may make her sound more shouty at times, and it also makes higher belts more difficult to reach. It also leads to fatigue, something that recently has become more apparent for Sola. Number 1, Wheein. Although Wheein may not have the same power and volume output as Sola, her voice is not quite as large, however the technique is there. Her mid-belts sound easy, well balanced, she packs a punch without ever over-pushing. This more balanced and sustainable approach gives her an edge over Sola when entering the upper belts. Where Sola sounds like her voice becomes more flat and kind of hits the ceiling, Wheein is able to retain more ease, tone, space and flexibility. Next we dive into riffs and runs. Number 4, Moonbyul. Now I don't really have to say much here because Moonbyul herself doesn't really riff, as I wouldn't even expect her to. Number 3, Sola. So Sola has some agility. She tends to go for more simple runs, which works for her. She respects her limits, doesn't attempt things that would be too complicated, which is smart. Number 2, Hwasa. Hwasa is more confident about her skills. She riffs more frequently, she's quicker, and attempts more complex runs. While the execution isn't always super slick, the potential is there. Number 1, Wheein. Wheein's agility is generally polished and consistent. She uses it in a smart, not too much in your face way. The runs aren't the most complex, but she displays a really nice control, and that's a big asset for Wheein. And now upper range. Number 3, Moonbyul. Again, I don't have a lot to say here really. Number 2, I've decided to go for a tie here, Sola and Wheein. I'd say they may not be exactly equal in terms of their skills, but they could be more or less equal. For both of them, their upper range is not their main biggest strength. Number 1, no one's really surprised here, Hwasa. Hwasa easily takes this one. The most comfort and control. Take a listen. So, Mamamoo is a serious, vocally oriented group. Who's the best technically? It comes pretty clear that it most likely is Wheein. Now, outside of the ranking, my favorite member is Wheein. I love her. Her voice, how smart she is about showcasing her strengths, how much of a well-rounded vocalist she is. Honestly, she just takes my breath away. I've seen the comments saying something along the lines of, with Mamamoo, if Wheein is not your bias, meaning your favorite, she is your bias wrecker, basically meaning that she's like your second favorite. So guys, I guess that will be all for this video. Thank you for making me make this video because I got to really get into Mamamoo, learn about them, enjoy them, notice the differences between them and Blackpink, which to that point has been the only K-pop group I've ever listened to. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It turned out pretty lengthy, I know, but you know, it is what it is. Hope you're having a great day or evening wherever you are. Till the next time, bye guys.